Yo, people, what to do? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Tony, aka Two Tone, reacting to Barcelona's 2-1 win at St. James's Park against Newcastle. I posted a quick little reaction just to kind of let you know how I feel. If y'all want to check that out, it's on my YouTube short. You can also click the link in my about where I have my TikToks. I'll be posting on there. But I want to just do a deep dive into this game, man. What a fucking game. What a game. It was entertaining. I'm even sure for the neutral, it was exciting as well. But let's just jump right into this. Starting off like how we always do. Reacting to the lineups. That front three, Rashford, Lewandowski, and Rafinha, is the expected front three. Knowing that Lamine is out. The midfield, two of the three, I can say I expected with Pedri and Fermin. Pedri, undroppable, and Fermin, been in form. I thought he would have went with Marc Casado because Frankie de Jong didn't play last game, didn't get any minutes. And to kind of throw him into a Champions League environment, first game back in a couple weeks, I didn't expect him to do that, but obviously he was more than ready because he had a great game. We're going to get into that. And the back four, Gerard Martin, Kubarsi, Ronald Araujo, and Koundé. I expected 3 out of the 4. I was hoping that Christensen would have started, especially seeing him do the presser with Hansi Flick. I would have thought, okay, yeah, that's gonna get him in the start lineup. I'm not saying him doing a press conference, but obviously if you're doing a press conference, I would assume you're going to be doing that and you're starting to do that and come off the bench. It's kind of crazy, but besides the point. And Ronald had a solid game. Again, we're going to get into that. And then at goal, we had John Garcia. I said before the match, St. James's Park Champions League night is going to be a tough environment for the first 10 or 15 minutes. Barcelona has to weather the storm, and they'll be all right. And I felt we kind of did that. In the first few minutes, they were on us. Anthony Elanga was creating a lot of opportunities on that right-hand side. And there was a moment where he crossed the ball in low into the middle of the box. And I can't remember who he was passing it to. But the play was there for him to just shoot the ball anywhere on target. He probably would have scored. He ends up whiffing on the ball in totality, so he didn't get a shot and ends up going outside the box. That was a half-decent opportunity. There was another opportunity Elanga had coming from the left-hand side, Elanga had coming from the right-hand side, but then he plays a low ball in across, and I believe that was to Barnes, but Barnes kind of shoots it right at him. Great save from John Garcia. I feel like John Garcia in that first half, he was our man of the match. On my live stream, I referenced that saying I believe Newcastle created more of the clear opportunities, and if it wasn't for John Garcia, we could easily be a goal or two down. They didn't create the clearest of opportunities, but it still took good goalkeeping to keep them out the net in that first half, and John Garcia definitely did that. There was a few half opportunities Rashford had in that first half, where it was one time he just left Trippier, just left him. And I was wanting to see more of that. Let's get him into space because I don't think Trippier could keep up and defend Rashford. And there was a few times he left him behind, but it was when he got to the box, he really wasn't quick on his decision making. And Newcastle was able to get back, block a shot, block a pass, whatever. And the same kind of was said for Rafinha to a lower extent. He didn't have a bad first half, but he was on the ball a lot, and there was a few times he misplaced the pass, misplaced the touch. I just think really they just had to get going. They had to get warmed up. I thought Rafinha kind of started a little bit too urgent, like he was looking to immediately pick up where he left off from last year's Champions League campaign. And I think once they got into the match, 20, 25, 30 minutes in, everything kind of calmed down with both of our wingers on that aspect. In the middle of the field, we really didn't get the performances I would have hoped. In that first half, Fermin Lopez, I barely even said his name. I think he maybe touched the ball like 3 or 4 times in that first half. Lewandowski was getting fouled a shit ton by Schlar and Byrne. Mainly Schlar. But couldn't even really get going. You know, he really was pressing from the front. And look, I get it. Lewandowski at his age, he's not gonna be doing all that running around. But he really had one half opportunity when Rafinha got the ball on the right, crossed it in, and he was able to hit it before he got punched in his head by the goalkeeper, Pope. But before he even got punched, the header looked like it was off target anyway, and then it didn't help because he ended up, scraped in the head by a punch. But first half was cool. It kind of reminded me of a boxing match where both teams just kind of filling each other out. Now, I do think Newcastle came out, if it was boxing, the first round, the first 2 rounds, they probably won that. They created more of the clear-cut opportunities. I think, like I said, the team was really just trying to settle the game down, get the crowd out of it. We went into halftime. It was 0-0. And I believe somebody told Rashford, you've gotten yourself in a few dangerous opportunities, but you're taking too long to make your decision. Just go at it. Just find yourself in the right spots and just shoot. And I believe that's what he was told to have. And if that was the case, whoever coach, if it was Flick, if it was any assistant, give them a raise, because in that second half, we were starting to get more players for more consistently. I'm seeing Koundé, instead of back defending, he's more on the opposite side in the final third. And that was a great ball in with his left foot, mind you. He's an underrated crosser when it comes to putting balls into the box. So great cross in from Koundé with his left foot. And Rashford, some people are going to see that goal and think it's just a header. But you got to understand, with no power behind that, he just had to really steer it. He had to steer it into the right location without running into it, without getting a lot of power off jumping. He just had to steer it, and it was about placement. It was a perfect header. Broke the tie to make it 1-0 Barcelona. And I'm thinking, okay, here we go. This is the goal that we needed. I was so happy for Rashford because he's been playing well. He's been playing better, too. He looks, the player that he looks like today, with his match sharpness, look like a completely different player than what he was at Aston Villa, and even bigger of a different player than what he was at United. But that was a great first goal. Looking good, got himself in the right position, not messing about. Great goal. And then that second goal, bro, that was vintage Rashford. That's probably been the best goal of the Champions League campaign already. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And to see him take on that shot after controlling it, getting past Tonali, taking another dribble, and then just letting it go, that tells me right there, Rashford has all the talent in the world. His form is based on confidence. If he's feeling good in life, the media is not all over him, the fans is backing him. If all that is going on and then he starts to get his goals, he can start to get the assists, I think you will see the best out of Rashford. I don't think he's the kind of player where if everything around him is going wrong, he will outshine all that and continue to thrive. I think if everything around him is going bad, he's going to go down with the ship. In this case of Barcelona, we already did our thing in the Champions League last year, going to the semifinal, collecting 3 trophies. We a well-oiled machine, only getting better. And Rashford comes in to where I don't need to carry. I just got to get my self-confidence up to match where the team is, and then I'm going to take off. And that's exactly what happened, especially in that second half. Crazy goal out. So Pope couldn't do anything with that. Like I said, nobody even assisted him on that goal. It was just all Marcus Rashford. So it's great to see that him getting those 2 goals. After we got those 2 goals, I felt we had a few half opportunities we created. Felt we probably should have got a 3rd or 4th, but we didn't. Couldn't take advantage of any more goals. They start to make their substitutions. They put in, what's his name? Voltermade. They put him in, and it came off of them scoring that goal at the end, where they found a target. Because even if you're not winning headers, when you're a big physical striker, especially against Barcelona, if you could become a target man and remove one of the center backs by receiving and then playing it off of you, that high line that we like to run, that can get exposed in that manner. And I feel like in their goal, after I think it was Ronald Araujo that was playing that tussle battle with Voltemade, he plays it into space, and Ronald Araujo is trying to sprint across to get in front of the ball. He couldn't, and give credit to Jacob Murphy. That was a good ball into the box, and they got their goal. Anthony Gordon, I felt like he plays better out left than he does in the middle. And when they put Voltemade in the game, that allowed him to go on the wings, and he was able to receive that ball in from Murphy. In the last 10 minutes, obviously after that goes 2-1, they get 7 minutes extra time. The crowd is starting to get into it, and you knew that it wasn't going to be easy finish. But this is where Pedri, Frankie de Jong, he took out Fermin Lopez, because first Fermin was playing out left. After Rashford scored his 2 goals, he got subbed off. Fermin was playing out left, but then he took Fermin off and put in Marc Caicedo, to where we had Frankie de Jong, Pedri, and Marc Caicedo in the midfield. And most teams in that situation, up 2-1, just conceded a goal. Newcastle fans is getting into it. The energy is starting to rise again. Most teams probably would have folded under that and probably would have conceded. If not conceded a goal, conceded way more chances than what we ended up conceding. We didn't even really give them any clear cut. I think the clearest opportunity they had after scoring that goal is after they won the first header off a long throw in. That was at the end of the match. Tonali was able to get it off the rebound and shoot it. It was on goal, but it went straight to John Garcia. That was really about it. Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Caicedo, Koundé on that right hand side. They suffocated Newcastle. They just did. Newcastle couldn't get the ball back. Every time they would send a man to go press Pedri, send a man to go press somebody else, they're just beating them to be able to keep possession and keep that clock moving. We got a corner in the 96th minute. We weren't able to really do anything with it, but when I saw that corner, I'm thinking this is really it, because the midfield was able to keep the ball for 5 or 6 minutes. So when you get 7 minutes of extra time, you thinking you're really going to get opportunities. They had one half opportunity. That was Tonali at the end. Everything else really wasn't an issue. I'm going to just be real. And I said from the jump, man. They're going to start off rowdy. And if they're not down 2-3-0, they're probably going to hang around. But they didn't see anything from their attack to kind of give them something to stay up. So when they seen it was 0-0 at half, and then Rashford gets that goal, outside of maybe the last 10 minutes after they made it 2-1, pulling one back, I didn't even really see anything from that environment to be like, yeah, I see why people didn't think we would really do much at that. Man, no, stop it. I said it from the start. The players are playing on the pitch, not the fans. You have 100,000 people in there screaming until their lungs collapse. They not playing on the pitch. And if your 11 is not better than our 11, we will win. And honestly, 2-1 flatters Newcastle. It really does, because we dominated possession. We had more shots on target. We had, to me, created the clearest of opportunities. The clearest. And if it wasn't for kind of taking our foot off the gas pedal after getting that second goal, we could have been up 4-0 before the 85th minute. Could have, but it's the first game. Right now, I'm just happy with getting the 3 points in a tough environment that I know a lot. Remember, last year's Champions League winners. Was that last year's campaign? Was that last or 2 years ago? I remember PSG going to St. James's Park, and didn't they lose 4-1? That's not an easy place to play. Now, obviously, a few players that were there then are not here now, obviously. But it goes to show that not everybody can go there and do what Barcelona did. That is a great win on a roll, and to do that without Lamine Yamal. 2 great performances from the team without your best player in La Liga and in the Champions League will again only continue to develop confidence in these players. I love to see that. I'm happy that that's going to be what we got. PSG at home, and that's probably our two toughest Champions League fixtures, and we just got one of them out the way without our best player. As a Barcelona fan, man, you have to be feeling on cloud nine right now. You have to. Like I said, I would have loved for us to end the game a little bit more convincing, but I don't care. Looking back, we got the 3 points. I feel like collecting 3 points in games where you probably would assume if you're going to drop points, it would be these games, and you collect all 3. It's going to help us in our standings when it gets to the end of the group stage. But like I said, man, I'm just happy, man. That was a great game. It was fun to watch. Super happy for Rashford getting that brace. I'm expected to see great things from Rashford now moving forward, especially when we get Lamine back and he's going to be drawing all the attention, and it's going to be opening up even more space for Rashford. It's only the beginning for him, man. I'm super ecstatic for the team, but I'm mainly happy for Rashford. But like I said, I'm not going to go too crazy and say all of a sudden we're going to win the Champions League now. You know, we got to take it game by game. We did what we were supposed to do. The team will get better, learn, and then go forward. But let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think. Were y'all as nervous as I was in that last 5 or so minutes? Because I felt like we shouldn't have been in that situation. But I'm saying it on the stream. I'm way more nervous than I should be. We should be up 3-4-0, even if they would have got to go back, whatever. But it was 2-1, and it was kind of a little tight. But outside of that, like I said, we were fine. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think on this game. Who was your man in the match? How did you feel watching this game? And what do you think this game tells us about our future run that we're going to have in this Champions League campaign? Especially knowing that we did what we did today without Lamine Yamal. That can only give the club and those players confidence. But I do appreciate you guys for stopping by and watching. We had a dope stream today. If you missed out, go and check out some of the highlights. Make sure you leave a like on that and come back and like this video. Leave a comment as well. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And until then, man, I'm going to get up with y'all when I see y'all, man. We got a La Liga match coming up this weekend. I will be streaming that for sure. So I will catch up with you guys on that. But until then, man, two-tone out.